He's
Maze
America's
Jackson and
most
Sam
wanted.
Trump.
No relation, right?
And I'm like, be careful
No.
saying that on air.
No, that's his name. That's his
That's my
moniker.
name.
That's his music name.
Yeah, so let him know, Don.
This, take
Put
You
this.
some
already
respect
know.
on it. Look me up. That's right.
Yeah.
Nah, I've had my name for 15 years, man.
And this nigga, and here come this nigga. Talking about, COVID is safe. I feel 20 years younger. Damn fool.
Dumbass. How are you trying?
Who says that?
Like he's trying to say it's
Don't
nothing.
be afraid.
Tell everybody that
Funeral expenses are costly. The Casket Store wants to help you save hundreds of dollars. You do not have to purchase a casket from the funeral home. Call now for a free in-home consultation. Call 773-445-6900. 773-445-6900.
WIFTV.
Live from the media studio. You're listening to Book of Dawn. With Dawn Millhouse.
Call it. Whoa. Good morning, sunshines. Good morning, Lisa E.
Good morning.
Good morning, Esco and Ron Rilla. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Thanks for staying with us. Do you hear the sound of this? I feel like the Book of Dawn is starting.
Yes.
It's Tuesday, y'all. We going behind the brown door today with Sam Trump, not to be confused with Dum Dum. Okay? Sam Trump has had that name for 15 years. He is the most creative musician and artist and vocalist, one of the most creative that I know. He will be joining us live. You guys can go on his website now at samtrumponline.com and see a little bit more about who is joining us behind the brown door today.
Awesome.
Yeah, he's super dope. And
he does like everything.
oh heck yeah. I mean, and a good guy. And he went to the same college as we did. He's a Columbia grad. So that's even doper. Let's see. It's Tuesday, right?
Tuesday.
October 6th. And it's going to be 74 degrees. That's why I'm half naked, y'all. Like
She just
half,
sounded right.
yeah, half out, half naked, 74 degrees. I'll take it.
No wardrobe malfunction, Janet.
No nipple gates at What's in It for the Black People Media. Okay. Good day though. Lisa, what is going on in the world of celebrity news?
Okay, let's see. Do we want to start with Corona news?
Let's talk about the Rona a little bit.
Okay, so we
since
gotta-
it's all over, since people can go to the hospital and come out with the Rona.
So this is a new one, and then this is an old one that we have. So Trey Songz, who everybody loves and he could sing, he's confirmed that he tested positive for coronavirus. He took to social media yesterday to share the news. He said, "Here with a very important message to let you know I tested positive for COVID-19. I've taken many tests as I've been protesting, food drives. Of course, I have a very young son at home, so I get tested periodically, and this time, unfortunately, it came back positive." He said, "I take it seriously." He said he was talking about self-quarantine and how, noting that so many black people have died from the virus. And he said, "I will be in my house till I see a negative sign." He said his grandfather passed earlier the year and they believe that coronavirus was the death. He also said, please don't be like the president. So about going out, meaning stay at home. He also urged people to wear a mask and wash their hands. So...
You know,
you have to take responsibility.
You do. And okay, I'm going to say this. I'm probably going to start a gender war. But you do know that men typically don't wash their hands as much as women.
You're right. And that is true. I mean, now they are, but if you did a survey, and it was funny because it was on Card Sharks. It was one, you know how Card Sharks, how many out of 100 men do you think, and that was a thing, and it was really low. It was like the number was under 20.
Yeah, I don't know why that is. It's just, I
Because
thought
they don't
hand
think
washing
they're-
was like a human thing,
Right.
not a lady thing.
Right.
I don't.
But I see a lot of ladies that don't do it. I mean, now I think more people are doing it. But when you have to put signs, that always has bothered me. When you see signs in a bathroom, employees must wash their hands. I'm like, you have to tell people to do that? Like,
Well, that particular thing, having been a restaurant owner, that's a mandate by the city.
right. And I understand. But I'm saying in my mind, it's like, you got to be told to do that. That should just come second nature.
Yeah, for sure.
That's like telling somebody to me, you just went to the bathroom, you pull up your pants. Why your pants around your ankles and you just walked out? Like, you don't have to have a sign saying, when you're done going to the bathroom, pull up your pants or your undies. You know what I mean? Like, that just goes with the territory.
And, I used to say, rudely, I used to say, who raised you? But then I realized all of our moms told us to wash our hands. Like, wash your damn hands. Like, that's not really a curse word, so I'm not going to do the emoji. But wash your hands.
Just do
it. Hey, Ron, this is my curse emoji. When I say that, it's all kind of F-bombs.
So when you see that, you be like, uh-oh.
Listen.
So she cursing when I see that.
Yeah, bad curse words. Bad. She's bad. She's not my dad. No.
She's not my dad. Well, speaking of other dads, so I did not know this, but you actually found the story. So I guess Kanye battled coronavirus earlier this year. I had no idea. I guess Kim Kardashian kind of detailed his health journey, and I guess he contracted around the same time that Tom Hanks and Rita Wilson had it. But I guess, he had so much other things that he kept that part, I guess, kind of quiet. So they said he had at the beginning, nobody really knew what was going on.
So you go ahead. I'm sorry I interrupted because I want to go in. I'm digging potatoes. Hold on.
Oh, you could go in when you want. Right. They said she had to change the seats, help him get out of bed when he wasn't feeling good. She said it was a challenge because it was so unknown. She had to change the sheets with gloves and a face shield. She said it was very scary because they didn't quite know everything at the time. But she said that he had chills, shaking. He was taking hot showers, saying, like they were trying to figure out because it was so new at the time. And, they just, now they said that he is getting back into the swing of things. But she detailed everything. She detailed it, like the whole journey, of what was going on because people still didn't know everything because it was still so new. So,
so
go ahead.
Let me get it's
get
too early
your thoughts together.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't believe she was changing the sheets. We'll start there. And I'm a Kardashian fan, but it almost came out. Then the gloves and I do like the Kardashians, but Kim is a little drama. She's a little drama queenie.
But they like are Chloe. Germaphobes. Their whole family is big germaphobes.
I know that I am
stuff,
too, but it changes sheets and cut it out. Was he even staying there? Where were they? In Wyoming or something? I don't even know if I don't know if I believe some of that is for the show, for the final season.
It could be,
yeah. But I just wonder how somebody can go from having COVID and needing your full-time care to peeing on Grammys in the toilet. I just don't understand the connection there.
Let's see. She did say it was a rocky few months. She said when they couldn't have anyone else in the house to help because of the virus.
Oh,
she said,
that's why she cleaned up.
She said that when he was sick, she said it was kind of hard. She had 4 babies and no one else in the house to help. So I think that's probably why she did some of it. Because I think,
it's about time. You had them babies. You better learn how to keep them. There's a whole lot of people that can't afford to have hand and foot service for their children. That's a good experience for her.
Yeah.
She has really 5 children because dude's a kid.
Now her kids are cute. They're do
adorable.
Have some cute, adorable kids, and I like the Kardashians. I mean, they do stuff, of course, for but she has done some good, especially helping some of these people that I saw that she's helped get out of prison. So including Alex, who was here last week with Maze.
Yeah, and although I appreciate it, but I don't like her stance on who she's voting for president.
Yeah, me neither.
So
me neither. Yeah, we disagree on that one.
Facts. I don't care if he got you out or not. If you don't vote for him, he's gonna put you back anyway. I
mean, you could do something good. We have family and friends that might do something good, but that doesn't mean I think you're the best person for a job.
Yeah. Speaking of that guy, it seems like maybe post presidency he might go to jail with McAfee. There's a story about that antivirus that used to McAfee antivirus, whatever that used to come up on your computer or whatever. Apparently, the guy that got wealthy off of making us do security wasn't paying his taxes.
And his name, you know what? And until you gave me the story, I didn't know. His name is John McAfee.
Yeah.
He's been charged with evading taxes right after the cryptocurrencies while he did consulting work. And when they say Mac, you just always think it's something that like internet created. I didn't know it was named after this dude. He was June indictment charged him with tax evasion and failure to file tax returns. And so online court records don't show whether he has a lawyer to speak on his behalf, but he developed early internet security software and has been sought by authorities in the U.S. and Belize in the past.
Yeah. He's in trouble. He's in huge trouble.
Now, if convicted, he can face up to 30 years in prison.
And as he should, should other people who go to jail. Good morning. They can't hear us. Let's just keep going. He should definitely go to jail. But we'll see if he can buy his way out. Maybe if he votes for the president, he'll.
Now, right, and he was also released from detention in the Dominican Republic in 2019 after he and 5 others were suspected of traveling on a yacht carrying high-caliber weapons, ammunition, and military-style gear.
What
was that? I have no clue.
What is that for?
That's something else, but
yeah,
he just that has nothing to do with software. That's some
he probably knows. Like I said, we'll see if he goes to jail or if he, got the plug to the Kardashians to help him stay out. See, I wonder if he still has money though. I mean,
probably people have stuff, right? He probably has it hidden in the bottom of his yacht,
probably
right under the little anchor thing, like the little, they have like little compartments.
And look at the oxymoron in that. You create a security system, yet nobody can trust your ass. Like I mean,
that really is. Yeah,
I mean, you big dummy. In my Fred Sanford voice, like
you big dummy.
Why not just pay your taxes? That part. I mean.
That would be in our fish-eyed fool category.
Yeah. Bubble-eyed. That's a bubble-eyed fool.
Fish-eyed fool.
Hilarious. Speaking of fish, did somebody order the fish?
We got to tell that story one day.
We do have to tell that story.
With Case, because that's one of the most hilarious. Like, if we say that anywhere, that's one of those stories that will just have us laughing forever.
Yes. That was a funny, fun, tipsy, did somebody order it? Where were we? We were downtown.
We were downtown by the John Hancock, which we're not changing that name.
That fish is that fish still there?
No, because that was the cows. Should we just tell the story? Oh.
Yeah, tell it.
So, we were doing an event, and Case
that was Tamara Fair's daycare fundraiser.
It was something. We were on a boat.
Tamara Fair. She has her service, her daycare service is near there, and that was her gala.
And we were doing a party, and then everybody wanted to go to the Cheesecake Factory. Which it was like a 3-hour wait, but of course the mouth over here hooked it up, and we got seated in like 5 minutes. It was like 15 of us, and so we're outside. That was in Chicago they have different themes. So this year it was the cows everywhere.
Yeah.
So outside of the Cheesecake Factory and by the John Hancock, there was this huge cow with a baker's hat on and this huge platter with this big fish just across the platter. But it was huge. It was like a statue. And I was like, of course, everybody was a little tipsy and just having fun. I was like, let me go hide behind this cow and pretend like I'm talking. So I go behind the cow. Nobody saw me. And all of a sudden, I'm like, excuse me, did somebody order the fish? Please, somebody tell me, did they order the fish? I'm going to get fired already. I need somebody. And everybody's looking like, is this cow talking? And these are some people that are a little intoxicated. They're looking up like the cow is really talking to them. Dawn, too. Dawn was looking up. Case, everybody is looking, and they're laughing like, how is this cow talking to us in this Jewish man's old voice? Nobody saw it. And I hid behind the cow. I'm a sneaky one. I hid behind the cow, and I just kept doing it. Excuse me, please, somebody, who ordered the fish? And then they saw me come out, and Case was laying on the ground for about 10 minutes, and this is what, like 20 years ago, 15, 20 years ago. Easy. And whenever we see him, if I go up to him, I could be in another city or just walk up or have somebody say, did somebody order the fish? And he will fall out laughing. I wish we videotaped it, but we didn't have cell phones back then.
Now we surely was some people.
Well, no, we had cell
did.
phones, but we didn't have. There was no camera phones. It was like the flip phones and all that.
Yeah,
but we
facts.
couldn't. Yeah, we couldn't.
No
videotape
Instagram,
it.
so it wouldn't have mattered. It wouldn't have been viral. You're listening to the Book of Dawn on What's in It for the Black People Media. We are joined today by Sam Trump, incredible vocalist, artist, musician, and
That's the only Trump we want you to vote for.
I said
it. Right. The views and opinions are probably not. Well, they probably are all shared by me. So.
The views and opinions expressed on the Book of Dawn are not reflective of all the thoughts of What's in It for the Black People Media, because we said what we said, but that's somebody else's show. And guess what? They'll be in tomorrow. Today, after our show, is Mike Brown. Trigger.
Yeah.
I bet you he'll say it.
Man.
He gets triggered.
Oh, he gets triggered.
Now
happy,
I understand the whole word trigger. I get it now. Like I get triggered. I've always thought trigger shoot. He triggered like trigger ready.
Man.
He can go.
Bing, bing, bing. Right.
Yeah. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
WIFTBPM. When you need vibrant, colorful gear that offers high-performance material that keeps you cool, call Agent Huff Custom Gear. Let us take your expressions and create something new for your everyday wear, your bedroom or bath. For all your needs, we offer custom sublimation, silkscreen, vinyl, and embroidery. You can reach us on all things social at Superhero Huff. www.superherohuff.com or 630-476-9191.
What's up, good people? If you didn't tune in to the last I Said What I Said, here's what you missed. Special thanks to Love McPherson.
And when you talk about object sex, you and objectifying that woman, you glorify pieces of her. And let me tell you something. If you think that doesn't matter, it does. And I'm going to tell you why it matters. I looked at a video and I was looking at these young boys, these teenagers, and they were like, do you like black women or white women? I like white women. I like white women. And first I felt some kind of way. Then you know what happened to me? I started listening to them and they said, why did you like the white women? Because they'll do anything for you. Yeah, the white hoes.
Bitch, you is a hoe. Bitch, you is a hoe.
And I thought pornography has elevated what the white woman will do for you, the objectifying of her. Why realize even in our spaces, the black man is shut down because he doesn't know the power of his seed like the white man knows the power of his seed.
Oh, look. Just like milk.
He doesn't realize that you sit up there coming into my neighborhood, objectifying my white women because you say they do it better than your women is a problem. They don't do it to them, but they won't bring that out, and they will not allow you to do that to their women.
I Said What I Said, Herb and 2, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, right here on What's in It for the Black People Media.
Chicago famous with Mike Love and Diz.
The destined legend himself, Leon Rogers.
Yeah.
What's going on, Playboy?
Man, listen, honored to be here with radio legends, man. Two brothers I looked up for and patted my success.
You walked away from your day job and you went straight in the
Man, brother, first time somebody called me to do the gig, they was like, hey, I got my grandmama's 85-year-old birthday party. She's turning 85. She has a brain tumor. I mean, now she's not going to be able to hear because she's in a coma, but she'll be laying in the room, and we just want the good vibes. Well, what is it? $75. We need you to do an hour. I'm there because of the passion I wanted to do the comedy. So I quit. But when you quit that job, and the job I had was decent. My father, every young black man should have a dad or a father figure in his life.
Yes.
When I say he went off on me.
My son works.
When I told him I quit to do comedy, you know, my mom, mamas is always like, well, that's good, baby. You spread your wings. You realizing what God wants you to do.
Right.
My father like, you got to be the dumbest son of a bitch in the world. I can't believe you came from my ball sack. $65,000 a year. Me and your mama combined only make 80. You dumb mother. I mean, going off. Like, me and my pops actually kind of fell out.
You know, old school black fathers, old school mindset. They came up working. They know how hard it is.
Hands, knuckles, black. Hands look like he worked at the steel mill, like he was dipping them in the lava. So, you know, he pissed. My hands manicured.
He's super cool and he know kung fu.
I'm clean. I work on computers.
Drives a $5,000 car and wears a $100 suit.
He like, I'm out here getting lung poisoning from inhaling all these steel mill fumes and touching people's mail. Look at my hands. I can't even pick up a fork and knife. Your mama got to cut my food for me. And you want to quit to do some damn comedy. Hell.
Chicago Famous, 3 to 6, Monday through Friday, right here on What's in It for the Black People Media.
WIFTV. Live from your media studio. You're listening to Book of Dawn. With Dawn Millhouse.
Welcome back. You're listening to the Book of Dawn on What's in It for the Black People Media with Lisa E., Ron Rilla today, and a little shortly from now we'll be joined by Sam Trump. Sam Trump online. If you don't know who he is, you're going to learn today, baby.
And YouTube, he's got some,
Oh, he's brilliant.
He's an instrumentalist. He's a vocalist, songwriter, like
a newly engaged. He's engaged.
Newly engaged.
Yeah, make up a word for that. But he got a boo. He got a bae. He fine, y'all, but he not single. So.
But like when people play.
But you can. In your mind,
like one, and that
I dated Michael Jackson.
That's one of the sexiest things, though. I met this guy back before we had before you could video call and stuff, and he played the saxophone, and he called like on Valentine's Day and serenaded me with like nothing like getting serenaded from a musician. It's just sexy.
It is sexy.
I mean, I don't know yet if I want to do the tuba, but hey,
that's not very sexy, but you could. I mean.
But some people, if you're talented and you could do it, but just to know, but like the saxophone, ooh, it was just so nice. I never saw him again.
I played the saxophone.
Did you?
I did. I retired in 8th grade. Yeah, I didn't do it in high school. I wasn't good like that.
You play, so that was your instrument?
And yeah.
See, I mean, I did piano, and then I played the recorder. Like we all got those.
Oh yeah,
when we were little, the recorder.
Like in kindergarten.
Now I could play the piano, but I need the music in front of me. Now my sister could play a song once and memorize it, but she would play it, and I would do all the show tunes, and I would do all the voices. So we used to entertain people when they would, like my parents' friends when they would come over.
So y'all was like the Finkel too.
It was like but my sister could play. I mean, she is amazing. She would play it by heart. But me, I would get I would do Julie Andrews. I would do Ethel Merman, Annie. I would just whatever voice. I used to do Tevye from Fiddler on the Roof. If I were a rich man.
Sure.
No, because if I were a rich man. No,
that's Bernice. He's
Bernice. Right. No, that's my little scatting.
Oh, she's a scatter. You are a Jill of all trades. I like it.
Skip it up.
Oh. We just went to church.
No, it's because I see the musician. I'm like, I just
get excited.
I do. I love live music. It's nothing like live music. Music is just, that's something nobody could ever take away. You could take away this from us. You could lay people off, but music will keep our hearts smiling forever. That's the best creation ever in life is music.
Well,
one of them.
Not to be spiritual, but all things for me, all roads lead to God. The Psalms. He wrote the Psalms are music. He intended for music to speak.
Yeah.
That's part of the fiber of who we are. And so now I will get off of that and say this. You know what we did a lot at MV? That Brown Door hosted a lot of incredibly talented people. And that's what we want to keep alive because Mr. Millhouse, when he was here, said that we're going to open another one.
I can't wait.
I kind of can because I worked a lot, but I'm ready now. I'm prepared. I'm prepared. I'm ready.
And I want to host a night up there. Yeah, I love MV was we just had fun.
Yeah.
We just had fun. It was just a cool atmosphere and I mean everybody had fun there.
Speaking of music, Dancing with the Stars, the girl, y'all know I ain't I'm a Tyra fan, but not for that job. She's rude. See, she showed her true self last night.
Well, and I watched it, I taped it, and my thing is, there's mess ups on TV. Now, for Dancing with the Stars, if you mess up the way you did, I would have just thought fast and had one of the people behind the scenes saying, you know what, because of this, everybody come back.
So what she did was...
Right, what she did at the end, they eliminate the way, I don't like the way they're doing it now, because usually they would put people and they would just have one couple going home. But now what they do is they have the two lowest scores combined from the judges and the live votes, and then the judges have to save one of the two couples, which I don't really like because it's like they're put on the spot to like make somebody go home. I don't like that. But they messed up. They said Nelly and his partner were safe. And then they had, Val Shmerkovsky and I forgot the lady that he's with, but he was like, you guys are safe. And all of a sudden there's three couples. And they said, Tyra's like, well, and now we have left our two lowest couples, but it wasn't even the right couples. And so they told
kind of like Steve Harvey up in that mug.
Yeah. And then, but Tyra, instead of like, it's how she did it. It was Anne Heche and Aldama, they were the actual bottom two, and they said, okay, Val, you have to come back. Max is his brother. You guys have to come back. You were in the bottom two. And it's like, you just told them they were safe. And then Tyra kind of got mad at everybody. She's like, okay, everybody, this is live. We're on live. We are humans. I understand I'm not disagreeing with the message, but it's how you deliver it. I would have, like, for me, right, like for us, if we goof up something, we not make fun of ourselves, but we're like, hey, you guys, we're human. We're learning in process. Tyra could have said it a little different. She could have said, oh, you know what, we're live. We made our first boo-boo. You guys, we're really sorry. Things happen. But she's like, you guys, we're only human. And it was kind of like, really, Tyra? That's how you said it? And then they ended up letting Anne Heche go, and kept Val, but it's like, my thing is just tell everybody that they're not eliminated. Just say, you know what, with this mix up, we're going to just all come back next week. And then you could just do a double elimination the next week.
Yeah, well,
they've done stuff like that. Tom would have done that, though. I mean, no disrespect, and I like Tyra.
Clearly, you agree with me that Tyra sucks right now. She sucks. Right,
but it was how she
her
did
outfits
it, and
are bogus, and that whole snippety schmizing, is that what she used to do? Schmize,
right?
Not gonna work,
right? And it was Vernon Davis, the NFL player, and Peter Murgatroyd, Anne Heche, and Keough.
Heavens to Murgatroyd,
and then Monica Aldama and her partner Val, and like I said, they told Val that he was already safe, but then they had like an extra person, so it was just kind of like. It was so bizarre that they brought him back like, you guys aren't safe.
Well, I tell you what, live is
that's
difficult.
A competition.
Live is difficult.
It
We're
is
live,
difficult,
and it's probably the most difficult thing I've ever done. As much as I like to talk, and as funny as I think I am, being live puts you in a position of being judged.
And
not that I, you know what I'm saying, right? Not that I,
right.
But there's still a reaction.
There's still a way to do it, and there's a way to you're a pro saying like, hey, if something goes wrong, this is how we're going to handle it. But it's the way you handle it. I wouldn't even say goofed up. We're learning some things. We're learning some technological things that we haven't learned. Or if I've messed up a story or something, I'll correct myself and I'll be like, oh, I goofed. You know what? We're live. I goofed up. Let's move on. But I'm not saying you guys quit putting your comments saying that I froze up or I put the camera the wrong way. You know what I mean? Like, it's a way to talk to people. And she absolutely she gets a timeout for that one.
Big facts. Big facts. Yeah. Yeah. You already know. Somebody said her dress was horrible. She needs to call Kim Kardashian for skimmies and clothes, because we know the Kardashians can dress. That's for sure. And she might need some help.
Well, I think she's trying too hard because so many people are prejudging, which I do get, because they let Tom and Aaron go, and people love Tom, as the host. And, I think she does have stuff to prove to people, and I think she's trying too hard. I think if she just toned it down a little bit and just didn't try as hard and just be more of who she is, then I think it would come off more natural.
Well, guys, I'm trying to do broadcasts, and I don't know how it's coming off, but I appreciate your support. For me, the Book of Dawn coming up next is Triggered at 11, and then we have On the Soil with Eugene and Terrence, and they're going to talk about, it's a lot of sports to talk about. Oh my God, those football games were off the chain. I don't know if they're going to talk about them, but they were off the chain. And then Mike Love and Diz on Chicago Famous.
But speaking about off the chain, people have been giving you really rave reviews.
Oh,
See, I just go right there. I go. Right, people have. These are broadcasters. They have welcomed you into the welcoming circle for broadcasting. They're like, Dawn's a natural.
I love.
I just got a really nice compliment and a hello from Sam Silk.
Thank you.
And Gene Sparrow said congratulations. So, these are a true broadcasting family that have been really saying that you're doing an awesome job. So we're going to get Sam next week. So
listen, we are going to be joined by Sam Trump, a multi-instrumental, a multi-instrumentalist. That means like I could only play the sax. Don't let me say I can play it right now, because if you hand it to me and it's not programmed like the keyboard, it's not going to happen. But I could play the sax on the keyboard that has the ones you buy for your nephews. Never mind.
Well, plus we want you to have safe sax. So that's what I tell all my musicians: safe sax for everyone. Okay. I'll be at Zany's 3 shows this weekend.
We're going to be joined by Sam Trump Harris. That's his name is Sam Trump online.com. Singer songwriter. He is from Houston, Texas, but Chicago is his new adopted home. He is a graduate of Columbia.
Yay!
We both went
Right.
there.
If you went to Columbia, you get to come on anyway.
Absolutely. Yeah. He is his music, it touches all genres, in my opinion.
Yeah.
From the deepest roots, probably from his inspiration, soul, R&B, rock, neo soul, hip hop, jazz. Like it's such an eclectic. He's such an eclectic artist in that he can really transform like the listener into that space. Some of those genres I'm not the biggest fan of. But when you hear people like him put their perspective on it with their talent and the instrument, it broadens your ability to receive and hear music. So I'm excited. He's got some tunes out that you can download on digital platforms.
Yeah.
And he's gonna sing. Oh, and I can't even tell y'all the song he got to sing. It's gonna fuck your head up. Great, he can sing. Like he can. When I tell you, like the first time he sang it, I was like, "Is this thing on?" It's off the chain. You're listening to the Book of Dawn on What's in It for the Black People Media. We are coming back behind the brown door with Sam Trump. Get ready, y'all. Get your mimosas or Bloody Marys or
Cosmos,
cognac. I don't care. Get your drink. We'll be back.
WIFTBPM.
Funeral expenses are costly. The Casket Store wants to help you save hundreds of dollars. You do not have to purchase a casket from the funeral home. Call now for a free in-home consultation. Call 773-445-6900. 773-445-6900.
When you need vibrant, colorful gear that offers high-performance material that keeps you cool, call Agent Huff Custom Gear. Let us take your expressions and create something new for your everyday wear, your bedroom, or bath. For all your needs, we offer custom sublimation, silkscreen, vinyl, and embroidery. You can reach us on all things social at Superhero Huff. www.superherohuff.com or 630-476-9191.
Introducing your trusted source for high-quality Black emojis, better known as Blackmoji. We believe Black is beautiful, and that beauty should be reflected in the digital market. Now there is an app that does just that, starting with Black Greek letter organizations. Blackmoji D9 offers more than an emoji app. It is a cultural experience of Black excellence. Download the app in the Apple or Google Play Store to access a specially curated catalog of emojis representing the Divine Nine. Use the emojis to celebrate Black Greek events, acknowledge current events, support social causes, and learn about esteemed Black Greek members who blaze the trail of Black history. A portion of every subscription goes toward a scholarship fund specifically for members of Black Greek letter organizations to help keep the legacy alive. Download the Blackmoji app today.
What's up, good people? If you didn't tune in to the last I Said What I Said, here's what you missed. Special thanks to Love McPherson.
And when you talk about object sex, you and objectifying that woman, you glorify pieces of her. And let me tell you something. If you think that doesn't matter, it does. And I'm going to tell you why it matters. I looked at a video and I was looking at these young boys, these teenagers, and they were like, do you like black women or white women? I like white women. I like white women. And first I felt some kind of way. Then you know what happened to me? I started listening to them and they said, why did you like the white women? Because they'll do anything for you. Yeah, the white hoes.
Bitch, you is a hoe. Bitch, you is a hoe.
And I thought pornography has elevated what the white woman will do for you, the objectifying of her. And this is why we don't realize, even in our spaces, the black man is shut down because he doesn't know the power of his seed like the white man knows the power of his seed.
Oh, look, just like milk.
He doesn't realize that you sit up there coming into my neighborhood, objectifying my white women because you say they do it better than your women is a problem. They don't do it to them, but they won't bring that out, and they will not allow you to do that to their women.
I Said What I Said, Herb 2, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, right here on What's in It for the Black People Media.
Biggest threat to Illinois citizens from Washington is health care costs and policies. Senior citizens have their Social Security reduced from Medicaid, and some of our senior citizens live off $3 a week for food allowance. Working families are facing bankruptcy over policy and limit and costs. Drug prices require decision between food and Medicaid. I'm Dr. Willie Wilson. Vote for me and send me to Washington. God bless.
Paid for by Willie Wilson for Senate 2020.
Funeral expenses are costly. The Casket Store wants to help you save hundreds of dollars. You do not have to purchase a casket from the funeral home. Call now for a free in-home consultation. Call 773-445-6900. 773-445-6900.
WIFTVP.
Live from your media studio. You're listening to Book of Dawn. With Dawn Millhouse.
There's no other place I'd rather be than here with you, staring in your eyes. I'm so inspired that we're still together after all these years and through all this time. You stood right by my side, and yes, our love is still here. Cheers to us. Compliment my life, I couldn't live it without you. So glad I found you, and you I found me. Success surrounds us, and I found success in just making you happy. Yeah. So I'll do it gladly. Our love is exactly why we're starting a family. So guess who loves you the most? I think we deserve
Said you a chocolate. Light skin chocolate.
Getting a little bit clumped up in here.
White mocha chocolate or something.
Caramel.
Yeah, macchiato up in this mug. Sam Trump, y'all. You need no introduction. Cheers to that. I hope you got. Somebody said they got Jack Daniels. That's a cheers.
Yeah,
that's why we wanted you to get your drink. Sam Trump, you have shared the stage with the Isley Brothers. You have shared the OJs, Wyclef, Benny Golson, and now you're sharing the stage on the Book of Dawn. Thank you. Thank you.
Happy to be here.
Happy to be here. And cheers to another day.
Yes.
And what a sweet song. Cheers to us. Man. My anniversary's coming up. That might be my song this year.
Yeah, do that.
Yeah,
make a couple toasts to that one.
I will, and some fake babies because I can't have babies no more. But I can do the work.
Yeah.
TMI.
You can still practice.
Y'all probably having sex right now. I'm just play this back later. Put the black screen on. Listen to the audio and make a baby. I'm saying.
or just have some invisible baby daddies. Right?
Hey, you see a banana. Another show. Sorry. But y'all nasty. Y'all nasty. Cucumbers, grapefruits, bananas, it's all the damn same. Oranges. Okay, I'm gonna stop. Please.
No, because it's funny you said
Did
that.
Somebody ordered a fish.
No, I was at Jewel the other day and I was buying.
Jewels.
Right. No, I don't do the S, but I was at Jewel and I was getting my produce and I was just cracking up. They were watering all the cucumbers and I just busted out laughing in the middle of the aisle just because I was just thinking about what somebody said and I busted out because I'm pulling to look at the sizes of the cucumbers and I started laughing in front of everybody and some guy looked at me like, I know why you're laughing, but I was in the middle of Jewel almost crying, just picking out cucumbers.
See how life affects you.
Yeah, but I laugh. Yeah, I laugh at stuff a lot. So.
Sam, before we roll over, y'all got to stay with us because he about to bring some heat. But Sam, I wanted to ask you, what keeps you motivated in a pandemic to create?
Yes, I think the main thing that keeps me motivated now is knowing that I have more time than I've had, over the last 4 or 5 years. As a full-time artist, it's kind of boomed, in my world to where at the end of last year, I was literally exhausted. I planned a sabbatical at the top of the year in January, and it was almost like I never went back since the pandemic happened. But I think, understanding that in all of our lives, this is a very unprecedented time for sure. But looking at the bright side, we have a lot of time to do creative things that we've probably been wanting to do for a while, but we've just been so busy with the hustle and bustle. So I think that's a big part of my motivation to get art done and to get other things done as well, get business done, and just take advantage of this special time that at the end of it, I would hate to be like, oh man, I wish I would have did that with all the time that I had.
Yeah, I think your ability to appreciate the stillness is what I took most from that because we're busy people. And I always say you can be really busy and very unproductive.
Yes.
And so busy ain't relevant. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of busy, unproductive people in the world. And so when you're always too busy to be still, you lose some of that creativity because it gets lost. It's like noise, like white noise, right? So what I appreciate is that you're able to embrace that, because then that makes a different kind of music. Maurice Mahana is joining us Friday, and he is also using the time to create, which for you guys, I know it's a daily grind. Like, you know, I also know y'all get underpaid and people try to $5 holler you a lot. I think I did that once or twice, but never again. I said, this is my budget. Sam said, not mine though. I said, facts. Let me call you back and go get you some more money.
Right.
I'm learning. You know, that whole starving artist thing is definitely not my story. It's not something that I'm embracing. You know, it is my gift to be an artist, and I'm giving a gift, and I'm creating a vibe in spaces. You know, so there's value in that. You know, I'm you know, any place that I'm performing at, you know, I would like to think that there's value because I'm keeping people there. I'm keeping people coming. And bringing more people, you know, knowing that I'll be there, you know, so that's, you know,
there is value. No, it is. Yeah. There is value. I learned a valuable lesson. Not that I needed to learn it, but I appreciate it, and the world will appreciate it. We're going to take a break, pay a few bills. I know you already got your Jack Daniels. I haven't actually been drinking. I just dropped the pen. We are joined by Sam Trump behind the brown door. We're going to talk a little bit about his inspiration, his journey from Houston to Chicago, and how he got to this moment in his life. When we come back, stay with us.
WIFTVPM. When you need vibrant, colorful gear that offers high-performance material that keeps you cool, call Agent Huff Custom Gear. Let us take your expressions and create something new for your everyday wear, your bedroom, or bath. For all your needs, we offer custom sublimation, silkscreen, vinyl, and embroidery. You can reach us on all things social at Superhero Huff. www.superherohuff.com or 630-476-9191.
Introducing your trusted source for high-quality Black emojis, better known as Blackmoji. We believe Black is beautiful, and that beauty should be reflected in the digital market. Now there is an app that does just that, starting with Black Greek letter organizations. Blackmoji D9 offers more than an emoji app. It is a cultural experience of Black excellence. Download the app in the Apple or Google Play Store to access a specially curated catalog of emojis representing the Divine Nine. Use the emojis to celebrate Black Greek events, acknowledge current events, support social causes, and learn about esteemed Black Greek members who blaze the trail of Black history. A portion of every subscription goes toward a scholarship fund specifically for members of Black Greek letter organizations to help keep the legacy alive. Download the Blackmoji app today.
WIFTVP. Live from your studio. You're listening to Book of Dawn. Book of Dawn with Dawn Millhouse.
Welcome back. You're listening to the Book of Dawn on What's in It for the Black People Media with Lisa E., Ron Rilla. Who's our guest in there? Oh, you can't talk. And the shouts out to the masked man in there, and our special guest behind the brown door, Sam Trump. Sam, I know you're Houston born, right? Mm-hmm. What allowed you? How did you get to Chicago? And why did you decide to stay?
Yeah, so those are really big questions, really big important parts of my career. So when I graduated when I graduated high school, I went to college for a year and I realized I wanted to get a little bit more of like life experience. So I got out of college after a year, and that's when I started singing and performing as an artist. And that was in Dallas. I moved back to Houston maybe 3 or 4 years later, and I got this random call from a trumpet buddy that I met in Dallas, who is from Chicago, and he recommended me to Columbia College because they were looking for a lead trumpet player for their jazz band. And so I got a call from him, and he was like, "Hey, I'm gonna connect you with this guy," and they were offering a full scholarship for an undergrad degree in jazz. And so I talked with the music director at Columbia College, and I did an audition through YouTube, and they loved the audition, and they offered me a full ride. And so that's what brought me to Chicago.
Okay. Did you have relatives here, or
No,
just you were?
okay. I still don't. I have a fiance now that they kind of brought me into the family now. It's a really beautiful family too. But yeah, for the last 11 years, I've been here on my own. Just furthering the story of my artistry. But I want to say that when I first came to Chicago, I came for school, but I realized very quickly that I got way more than I bargained for. I joined a band maybe like 3 months after I moved to Chicago called Sidewalk Chalk.
Okay,
and,
I remember that.
Yeah, and so we toured like independently for 5 years straight. We got 4 albums out, and so that's one of the main reasons why I stayed. Also, one of the main reasons why I went up full time in 2013. I decided to leave the classroom where I was teaching and just embrace my artistry and get on stages, and there's so many other reasons why, but it's just Chicago is very fertile ground for me to grow. There's a lot of places like behind the Brown Door where they're looking for great artistry because they have great music lovers, and the venue owners embrace it as well. So
yeah, Chicago is definitely the footprint for music. Internationally, we know a lot of our story. I don't think people really fully understand how it has longevity. It's created here, and it sustains itself here, and bringing artists like you from the South, where music is good too, but jazz specifically in Chicago, it's a good breeding ground for new artistry. You said that you quit your teaching job, so you quit the security of teaching, and jumped in faith to tour and be an artist full time. How difficult was that?
I'm a very innately courageous person, and I like to try things. It was difficult to make the decision, but once I made the decision, it was like, all right. I feel like this is my purpose, and this is what, I need to be doing. So once I made the decision, it wasn't difficult to carry it out. Luckily there was like Uber, was like around the time where Uber was kind of like really popping for the first time. And that helped me bridge the gap. I did go from a very secure job, and I just learned to live below my means,
Or let me put a twist on that, because I used to think like that when I was waiting tables and had kids in school, and I initially was waiting tables thinking that, but I changed the thought process to living within my means.
Oh yeah,
because means can always get greater. You're never below.
Yeah,
because I'm gonna go to church one more time, and then because you're the head and not the tail. So you never below.
Yeah,
you're within, and then you give yourself time to get bigger.
I appreciate that, and not overextending. You just
you're just within it. Yeah, because we all do. We all bought some shit we ain't supposed to buy yesterday. Even wealthy people stretch. So. I just wanted to say that.
Now, I'm curious because you have shared stages with just some from Al Jarreau, Ryan Leslie. Kindred and family. So, some major people. Who are some people that you would love to share the stage with? Whether you're singing, playing, doing one of your multi. Who would you like to be on stage with in any capacity?
I think lately. I keep getting these comparisons lately with Raphael Sadiq. And so, while he's still here and doing things, he just dropped an album about within a year. And I would love to get on stage with him, and or get in the studio with
He
him.
might be able to connect you guys. That's a good friend of mine. So,
Nice.
yeah, he's
That's
a good dude. The SA double. Yep.
I my main influences are people or artists who are multi-instrumentalists, singers, writers, and producers. I have a good amount of them. Sly Stone, Curtis Mayfield, Raphael Sadiq.
And you write songs too, right?
Oh yeah, I write songs.
So I mean, is there somebody you would want to write a song for, like any artist today?
I mean, I think I just take that opportunity as it comes.
Right.
I've gotten a lot of inquiries for different things, and especially when they're different. Like recently, I've done a soundtrack for a documentary that came out this year, which was my first time doing that. But I'm always open, to doing things that are going to allow me to grow. So
that's awesome.
I'm not necessarily saying, I need to do these different things, but it's been a blessing to just have opportunities come my way and just embracing them, just like coming to Chicago.
Right.
Sam, top 3 jazz artists.
Top 3 jazz artists.
Trump's top 3.
Top 3 jazz artists. Man, so one of my biggest... I have to go with just trumpet players for now.
Okay.
One of my biggest trumpet influences, he had a very short-lived career. It was Clifford Brown. He passed at a young age in his 20s. Clifford Brown, I would definitely have to say Roy Hargrove as well. Rest in peace to him as well. He transcended genres, was a young lion, was a very, very much a leader in his generation. And he spent a lot of time here in Chicago at the Jazz Showcase for those stints for New Year's Eve. And also, I would have to say the living legend, Wynton Marsalis.
Oh, sure.
So,
Sure.
Yeah, so I would say those 3 for now. But there's so many more.
Yeah.
You got Freddie Hubbard, you got Arturo.
Yeah, it's somebody saying your top 3 rappers. I can't give you that.
Of all time.
Right. Forever, ever.
Right.
Man.
What is, so obviously your jazz is close to your heart. How do you feel about rap or other genres?
Yeah, I embrace it all. I consider myself a soul artist. And, jazz is a part of it. I studied jazz in college, but, up until then I was studying classical music. And I did, I did jazz band and I did like marching band. But yeah, I've studied a lot of different types of music, and I know that it's a lot of it is rooted in the Black experience, and I just really just try to make sure I tap in, to what's the source, from which all those genres come from, even to blues, Delta blues, the New Orleans experience before the Great Migration, there's so many different things around the history of where it's all rooted from, and that's what's important to me. Yeah.
Well, because essentially, if you don't know the history, like there is very little growth.
Mm-hmm.
You can repeat music, but if you don't know the history of it, you really can't elevate it. Mm-hmm. You can just perform it.
And I feel like that's kind of been a conflict with younger generations nowadays. I know there's been some people like openly in mainstream media that, like hip hop artists or rap artists who are like, who is KRS-One or who is
Shame.
KRS. Shame.
Right. But that's facts. I mean, this Gen, I don't know what they are, XWQRZ. they don't know who KRS-One is.
But it's also that's also a part of the human experience as well, because a lot of times as an artist you're really just trying to take from the present and you're trying to create a future. You're trying to imagine future. And so I think that I don't think they're all wrong, but I think there's a sentiment that we kind of, maybe the older generations kind of grew up with, this idea of passing on, and being a griot and telling about the legends and talking about where people came from. Whereas like now it's very much about present, and just trying to be hot and follow trends and try to beat the trend and be the next trend,
Mm-hmm.
So in that sense, they're not looking back at all. There's no time. There's no room for that. It's all about, moving forward.
And to a small degree, like I get it, but I will say this as a parent,
Mm-hmm.
And just with anything, you can be popular, but not a winner.
Mm-hmm.
You can be famous and broke as hell. Like, so you have to marry that, and no disrespect to the ones that are crazy popular, but if you're not making something that my great grandchildren can feed from or eat from, or listen to or understand the history, then really, what are you doing?
Yeah, I mean that's how I feel too. You know, and that's why I make the music I make. And you know, Lauryn Hill said it best: music is supposed to inspire. So why aren't we getting any higher?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. Yeah, and that's one of the main reasons why I started writing the lyrics as well. You know, I just wanted, I felt like there was more to say, and there's more of a, you know, a depth, you know, that we could pull from, you know, instead of the shallow mainstream stuff we've been fed. You know, there's so much that we need, you know. And I was just talking with a friend last night about how music used to take you to a world, you know. As soon as it starts, you're like, now you're suddenly somewhere different.
Facts.
You know, and yeah, it's just different when it feels so trendy, and it just feels very surface. You know, it just feels like, oh, okay, yeah, this sounds like the next thing. Okay, yeah, all right. So why are these artists, or are they just like they're just pawns? You know, they're just people who are just. You know, like, where's the artistry? Where, you know?
Yeah, cause I'm gonna have an album coming out in about 4 days, and it's my number one single is gonna be like skirt skirt rap skirt skirt.
And is that
because that's all you gotta say.
And what's the picture gonna be on the cover? And you know, but you know what's so funny to me is nowadays, you know, just we have so many ways to communicate. So many ways. Before we only had. If you wanted to look up something, we had to go through our encyclopedias. Now people can Google anything, and they're like, well, who is that? You know, like, I was talking to somebody that was in their 20s. They had no clue who Aaliyah was.
Yeah.
And this is somebody that's, like, heavy into, like, today's hip-hop and R&B. And I'm like, you're joking, right? They're like, no, I have no idea who Aaliyah was. And I was like, wow. I was like, okay, Google. Like, there's so many ways to educate yourself and to look things up and research. And it's like we're almost going backwards. We have so many of the resources. It's just like when I tell people about communicating, we got 9 million ways to communicate. And when you don't hear from somebody, I'm like, wait, you have 5 emails, you have a cell phone, some have a landline, you have, you know, internet, you have Facebook, FaceTime, you know, Instagram Live, Facebook Messenger, and you still can't communicate. So it's like, I don't know.
Busy, unproductive. Friends and people you know. You listen to the Book of Dawn. You heard it right here. We'll be back with Sam Trump.
Google him.
WIFTBPM.
Introducing your trusted source for high-quality black emojis, better known as Blackmoji. We believe black is beautiful, and that beauty should be reflected in the digital market. Now there is an app that does just that, starting with Black Greek letter organizations. Blackmoji D9 offers more than an emoji app. It is a cultural experience of black excellence. Download the app in the Apple or Google Play Store to access a specially curated catalog of emojis representing the Divine Nine. Use the emojis to celebrate Black Greek events, acknowledge current events, support social causes, and learn about esteemed Black Greek members who blaze the trail of Black history. A portion of every subscription goes toward a scholarship fund specifically for members of Black Greek letter organizations to help keep the legacy alive. Download the Blackmoji app today.
Is it really a good idea to have the same senator for 3 generations? I support term limit for all elected officials. Our senators need to bring home growth for our business community, jobs, housing, service for our senior citizens, and health care. We need new ideas and new approach to federal representation. I'm Dr. Willie Wilson. Vote for me and send me to Washington, D.C. God bless.
Paid for by Willie Wilson for Senate 2020.
What's up, good people? If you didn't tune in to the last I Said What I Said, here's what you missed. Special thanks to Love McPherson.
And when you talk about object sex, you in objectifying that woman, you glorify pieces of her. And let me tell you something. If you think that doesn't matter, it does. And I'm going to tell you why it matters. I looked at a video and I was looking at these young boys, these teenagers, and they were like, do you like black women or white women? I like white women. I like white women. And first I felt some kind of way. Then you know what happened to me? I started listening to them and they said, why did you like the white women? Because they'll do anything for you. They're the white hoes.
Bitch, you is a hoe. Bitch, you is a hoe.
And I thought, pornography has elevated what the white woman will do for you, the objectifying of her. And this is why we don't realize, even in our spaces, the black man is shut down because he doesn't know the power of his seed like the white man knows the power of his seed.
Oh, look, just like milk.
He doesn't realize that you sitting up there coming into my neighborhood, objectifying my white women because you say they do it better than your women is a problem. They don't do it to them, but they won't bring that out, and they will not allow you to do that to their women.
I said what I said. Herb 2, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, right here on What's in It for the Black People Media.
Talk about falling in love, but they rarely tell you how you can get lost in it. Somersaulting down a rabbit hole, Alice in Wonderland, and I'm Cheshire Cat, smiling from ear to ear. I'm so glad I found my way around here, 'cause you gotta lean on your instincts when you're lost. I'm glad that your love found me, then left me, dumbfounded, spellbound, bound to a spell. I had to get to the bottom of it, 'cause there was no way around it. Look how big your love is, with all those little things. I met you where you were, now look where we are. I wasn't planning on being a planet, but you're a superstar. And every day I get closer to being a supernova, as long as you keep orbiting my heart. Every journey has a start, and I stepped out on faith and landed in a place where only you knew my name. The opposite of fame, with spoils all the same. I go where the love is, and ended up here. Cheers.
Well, Dad. Well, say what. Tell them how you really feel, Harold. Was that the poet laureate Harold Green on there? Alice in Wonderland. I went somewhere for real, like, cause being lost, that's lost. Like that's like that was deep. I just had a moment. Wow.
And that's Where Is the Love?
Go where
the love is. Right. That's my problem because I'm bad with directions. Because I tried to go and I went to the wrong direction.
Look,
I was probably trying to go northwest and I went south.
No, you can't go northwest. That's Kanye's baby.
Yeah. No, yeah.
Sam, Go Where the Love Is. Inspiration for that was what?
Yeah, inspiration for that was actually part of it was my fiance, and then another part of it was just thinking about how we don't know. No one knows how and where to go. What our next steps are is just a matter of following our heart and following the spirit. Sometimes you can't read the signs. Sometimes you can't read the signs at face value for what they are because, you can't always go northwest.
Right.
Sometimes you just have to allow yourself to experience where the pull is coming from, where the gravity is, coming from, and that's the love. And so, the second verse starts off with, "You say that for me you prayed, so loyal had to reward you. They say those you seek in faith are the same ones that's looking for you." And I wrote that about my fiance because we were talking about at one point how she was praying to God about sending her someone, and she had in her heart that it was someone that she already knew, and we had been knowing each other for 8 years before we even realized that we liked each other, and
at the same time.
And so it was a very magical moment to write about, and this song is really just about following your heart and the spirit, and allowing that to guide, allowing love to guide, and not even embracing hate, what I'm saying, but just actually turning away from it and I'm just gonna go everywhere love is, and I'll be okay.
And that's a good point. Now that song is available to download or purchase on all the Spotify and all the mainstream. Sam? What is your? Can you get it from your website also?
Yes, you can get all of my music through my website. There's a link that says samtrump.bandcamp.com, which is where all of my music is available for download or purchase. Also, if you're on Instagram, you can just click the link in my bio. But on my website, there's a media page where I have pictures and music and all that, and you can get it from there.
And what's your Instagram handle? What's your
@SamTrump?
Okay.
At Sam Trump, and that's on everything on all social media.
And what's your for those that didn't hear, they're writing it down. What's the website again?
SamTrumpOnline.com.
SamTrumPonline.com. Okay. Wait, what did you say? The band?
The Bandcamp. So that's samtrump.bandcamp.com.
That reminds me of the movie because there was this one time at band camp, right?
I think that's where the name kind of
from American Pie. Because there was just one time at band camp. I'll tell you what she said off the air.
But Bandcamp is actually it's a great movement for artists because it came in a time where only iTunes was like the main thing, and iTunes takes a huge percentage of your music, of your money.
Right.
When you sell. So Bandcamp was like this alternative for artists, and it actually gave you more money, and you can also sell merch through Bandcamp as well. So it's pretty cool.
That's awesome.
So it's all inclusive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sam, we talk a lot with other artists and musicians about owning your work.
Oh yeah.
Have you experienced the loss or of not owning your work, or can you just give your perspective on how and why that's so important to do?
Yeah. I think I've had times where I had collaborations where there was part ownership, and maybe I was doing all the work to promote it, and I felt a certain type of way. But all of my music, in essence, is not giving up to anyone else. You know, I do have ownership of all of my music, and I'm also unsigned. I have my own label. I'm my own artist and manager, and so I don't. Yeah, ownership is key for me. You know, I'm working on diversifying all the things I own as well. You know, but my music for sure is very dear to me, and it's even if I were to sign with a label, it would be more distribution and not necessarily giving up my ownership.
That's super important to say. I don't think you can say it enough. I don't care if somebody says it once a day. There's so many creative people. Having that ownership is how you create the legacy. That's the foundation for the legacy. And we'll talk about that when we come back after break. You got to do one of my jams.
All right.
Okay. You listen to the Book of Dawn on What's in It for the Black People Media with Lisa E., Ron Riller, and Sam Trump. We'll be back.
WIFTBPM.
When you need vibrant, colorful gear that offers high-performance material that keeps you cool, call Agent Huff Custom Gear. Let us take your expressions and create something new for your everyday wear, your bedroom, or bath. For all your needs, we offer custom sublimation, silkscreen, vinyl, and embroidery. You can reach us on all things social at Superhero Huff. www.superherohuff.com or 630-476-9191.
Introducing your trusted source for high-quality Black emojis, better known as Blackmoji. We believe Black is beautiful, and that beauty should be reflected in the digital market. Now there is an app that does just that, starting with Black Greek letter organizations. Blackmoji D9 offers more than an emoji app. It is a cultural experience of Black excellence. Download the app in the Apple or Google Play Store to access a specially curated catalog of emojis representing the Divine Nine. Use the emojis to celebrate Black Greek events, acknowledge current events, support social causes, and learn about esteemed Black Greek members who blaze the trail of Black history. A portion of every subscription goes toward a scholarship fund specifically for members of Black Greek letter organizations to help keep the legacy alive. Download the Blackmoji app today.
What's up, good people? If you didn't tune in to the last I Said What I Said, here's what you missed. Special thanks to Love McPherson.
And when you talk about object sex, you and objectifying that woman, you glorify pieces of her. And let me tell you something. If you think that doesn't matter, it does. And I'm going to tell you why it matters. I looked at a video and I was looking at these young boys, these teenagers, and they were like, do you like black women or white women? I like white women. I like white women. And first I felt some kind of way. Then you know what happened to me? I started listening to them and they said, why did you like the white women? Because they'll do anything for you. Yeah, the white hoes.
Bitch, you is a hoe. Bitch, you is a hoe.
And I thought pornography has elevated what the white woman will do for you, the objectifying of her. And this is why we don't realize, even in our spaces, the black man is shut down because he doesn't know the power of his seed like the white man knows the power of his seed.
Oh, look, just like milk.
He doesn't realize that you sit up there coming into my neighborhood, objectifying my white women because you say they do it better than your women is a problem. They don't do it to them, but they won't bring that out, and they will not allow you to do that to their women.
I Said What I Said, Herb 2, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, right here on What's in It for the Black People Media.
Chicago famous with Mike Love and Diz.
The destined legend himself, Leon Rogers.
Yeah.
What's going on, Playboy?
Man, listen, honored to be here with radio legends, man. Two brothers I looked up for and patted my success.
You walked away from your day job and you went straight in the
Man, brother, first time somebody called me to do the gig, they was like, hey, I got my grandmama's 85-year-old birthday party. She's turning 85. She has a brain tumor. I mean, now she's not going to be able to hear because she's in a coma, but she'll be laying in the room, and we just want the good vibes. Well, what is it? $75. We need you to do an hour. I'm there because of the passion. I wanted to do the comedy. So I quit. But when you quit that job, and the job I had was decent. My father, every young black man should have a dad or a father figure in his life. Yes. When I say he went off on me. My son works. When I told him I quit to do comedy, my mom, mamas is always like, well, that's good, baby. You spread your wings. Realizing what God wants you to do.
Right.
My father like, you got to be the dumbest son of a bitch in the world. I can't believe you came from my ball sack. 65,000 a year. Me and your mama combined only make 80. You dumb mother. I mean, going off. Like, me and my pops actually kind of fell out.
You know, old school black fathers, old school mindset. They came up working. They know how hard it is.
Hands knuckles black. Hands look like he worked at the steel mill, like he was dipping them in the lava. So, you know, he pissed. My hands manicured.
He's super cool and he know kung fu.
I'm clean. I work on computers.
Drives a $5,000 car and wears a $100 suit.
Right.
He like, I'm out here getting lung poisoning from inhaling all these steel mill fumes and touching people's mail. I'm like, look at my hands. I can't even pick up a fork and knife. Your mama got to cut my food for me. And you want to quit to do some damn comedy. He hell.
Chicago Famous, 3 to 6, Monday through Friday, right here on What's in It for the Black People Media.
Check. 1, 2, 1, 2. Hey Don, this that song you like, right? I remember when I met you at Envy for the first time. Mofis brought me through. And I sung this one. You went crazy, and ever since I sing it for you every time. So here we go. If you want me to stay, I'll be around today to be available for you to see. And I'm about to go, and then you'll know for me to stay here, I've got to be me. You'll never be in doubt, that's what it's all about. Granted and smile. God don't believe I'm gonna forget to reaching me by phone, 'cause I promise I'll be gone for a while. When you see me again, I hope that you have been the kind of person that you really are now. I got to get it straight. How could I ever relate when you're somebody taking up my time? And how could I ever allow? I guess I have to wonder how I could get out of pocket for fun. 'Cause when you know that you're never number two, 'cause number one is gonna be number one.
Wow.
Now this,
I was just thinking too. I was like, wow, has he ever sang and then started playing your instrument? And literally, as I was singing that, you started doing that. That's so cool.
All the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
So, okay, so do you have a preference? Like, do you equally like, do you like singing better? We won't even have to talk about writing songs, but singing or playing, you know, your instrument. Like, what is there one that you like better?
Not really. I mean, it kind of goes one and the same now because the horn is just an extension of my voice. But there was one time I remember one season of my career where I was like, I think I like singing more because I don't have to think too much about playing. You know, trumpet is it's a beast of an instrument to keep up and maintain, and sometimes I don't want to think about what I'm about to play or how to play it. I just want to feel it and let it out, you know. And so with singing, it's what? You know, I could just throw it out, you know? And so.
Now,
yeah.
Have you ever had, like, if you played your trumpet, did you ever have, like, the hiccups or had to cough when you're in the middle of playing? Like, what, I mean, I know that sounds funny, but, like, what happens? Like, does it mess up your flow? Like, if especially if you had the hiccups and you're trying to play.
I've never had the hiccups and had to play. I only have hiccups when I eat like jalapenos.
Okay, so stay away from jalapenos when we know that. Okay.
But there are times when, well, there has been a couple times, you know, over the many years, maybe twice I can remember, where, you know, sometimes you just choke on your saliva. You know, when I'm breathing in to play something, I'm like, and it's a little embarrassing. It's kind of funny, you know. We just laugh at it, you know. But that has. Oh, I need to step back from this. Turn it down a bit. It's been a couple times, but not too often. It's happened when I'm singing as well, but it's very rare, very seldom.
That's like the things we cut right.
I mean, but we human, you know, things happen.
Nobody's probably ever going to ask you that question ever, but yeah.
The first time you did that song, not for me ever, when you realized that you really. Mm-hmm. That you really know that song different. Mm-hmm. Like I think I know a few songs. Like I'm Every Woman, that's like one of my jams, and Savage, because I know all the words, and everybody know I like MC Light. When did that click for you? That I can.
That's one of those songs that I've been performing for so long now that I can't remember the first time I performed it. And even just like with just picking covers, I pick a lot of like old school joints. But this one, for sure, it was like one of my favorite early on because it shows my range, you know.
Absolutely.
And so,
because that
really or now, you know, and then I can also go up.
Do that again. Yeah.
Really or now.
Yeah. Yeah. That's that Prince shit. I love it.
Yeah, oh yeah.
That's fascinating. You did do that song the day I met you.
Yeah.
You came in, you were so humble and so mild-mannered, and I was like a big ball of energy. And you sang that song, I just was like, he can sing that for the rest of the night. We don't have to listen to nothing else. They were like, no, we actually want to hear the rest of it. But
I will never forget the first night I performed at MV.
It was a great
night.
night.
Marquell too.
Yeah.
And I was like another singer who plays horn or another horn player who sings, however you want to go. But
yeah.
And we just vibed. I was like, whoa.
He's super dope.
Yeah.
And we're going to have him behind the brown door. I actually chatted with him a couple weeks ago.
Shout out.
Yeah, he is definitely, you both definitely have the ability to sing and multi-instrumental. Not, I think people get locked into their trumpet player or their keyboardist or pianist or bass player. But there are so many of you that know, and it makes music better. When you know the different pieces of the music, because the identification of those pieces lend themselves. If you don't have a dope instrumental, you can put any lyric and it's not gonna work. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's like putting generic icing on a homemade red velvet cake. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You have to it all goes together.
Right.
Sam, where do you see yourself in music history?
Whoa. That's a big one.
I was like, wow.
In music history, I mean, I definitely think for the city of Chicago, in this era, I think I've definitely raised the bar in some areas, and I've shown that the artists should collaborate, and there's beauty in collaboration through all the many things that I've done. I would love to just be a pillar of inspiration, you know, that help kind of raise the status quo and raise the bar as it pertains to artistry, and also, you know, curating and showing love to other artists. You know, when I first came here, I was told that this was a hard city by other artists here, and that artists didn't support other artists, and I've seen that grow into a really big. Just flipping that on its head, you know, there's so many artists that are just doing things to help, you know, raise awareness. And so I think that's a big part of the story in Chicago music history. And then globally, you know, I think just really communicating love and togetherness through music, you know, in an unprecedented way, and in a way that's radical in these days, and that's bold, you know, and that's revolutionary. So I think hopefully that's a part of my...
Let me read a quote you wrote. and then we're going to take a break and come back with Sam Trump. You said, my aim is to establish myself as a pioneer of new direction within the music scene. Through my writing, consulting, and performing, my ultimate goal is to inspire others to do whatever it is they love most, with the ambition of positively affecting our society. It is my hope that with every path crossed, inspiration transpires. That's a mouthful. You need to teach some of you. Never mind. I know they might be watching. You need to. It's a couple people in your industry. I need you to share that with.
Yeah.
Hold that thought. I'll give you the names offline. You listen to the Book of Dawn. We'll be right back with Sam Trump.
WIFTBPN.
When you need vibrant, colorful gear that offers high-performance material that keeps you cool, call Agent Huff Custom Gear. Let us take your expressions and create something new for your everyday wear, your bedroom, or bath. For all your needs, we offer custom sublimation, silkscreen, vinyl, and embroidery. You can reach us on all things social at Superhero Huff. www.superherohuff.com or 630-476-9191.
The biggest threat to Illinois citizens from Washington is health care costs and policies. Senior citizens have their Social Security reduced from Medicaid, and some of our senior citizens live off $3 a week for food allowance. Working families are facing bankruptcy over policy and limit and costs. Drug prices require decision between food and Medicaid. I'm Dr. Willie Wilson. Vote for me and send me to Washington. God bless.
Paid for by Willie Wilson for Senate 2020.
What's up, good people? If you didn't tune in to the last I Said What I Said, here's what you missed. Special thanks to Love McPherson.
And when you talk about object sex, you and objectifying that woman, you glorify pieces of her. And let me tell you something. If you think that doesn't matter, it does. And I'm going to tell you why it matters. I looked at a video and I was looking at these young boys, these teenagers, and they were like, do you like black women or white women? I like white women. I like white women. And first I felt some kind of way. Then you know what happened to me? I started listening to them and they said, why did you like the white women? Because they'll do anything for you. Yeah, the white hoes.
Bitch, you is a hoe. Bitch, you is a hoe.
And I thought pornography has elevated what the white woman will do for you, the objectifying of her. And this is why we don't realize, even in our spaces, the black man is shut down because he doesn't know the power of his seed like the white man knows the power of his seed.
Oh, look, just like milk.
He doesn't realize that you sit up there coming into my neighborhood, objectifying my white women because you say they do it better than your women is a problem. They don't do it to them, but they won't bring that out, and they will not allow you to do that to their women.
I said what I said. Herb 2, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, right here on What's in It for the Black People Media.
WIFTBP.
Live from your studio. You're listening to Book of Dawn. With Dawn Millhouse.
Welcome back. You're listening to the Book of Dawn on What's in It for the Black People Media. Behind the Brown Door Tuesday with Lisa E., Ron Rilla, and Sam Trump. That's Sam Trump online. O-N. I know I say that like, I went to a different kind of school because most people say own. People say own. I'm like,
oh no, it's easy to spell everything. People like that because some people spell things differently when you look up things, and that's why I always tell everybody to spell it out. And we were talking. I was thinking off air. I had a really quick. I come up with questions that probably nobody will ever ask you in life. But you know how a lot of musicians, I know a lot of people that play the guitar. They name their guitars and they have multiple ones. So you have your trumpet, your precious trumpet. Do you have one or do you have multiple? And do you have names for them?
Yes, I have multiple trumpets, and I have multiple cornets. So cornet is a smaller version of trumpet.
Right.
I started on a cornet when I was younger, but I actually just have a name for one of my trumpets. But this one is my newest trumpet. It's a custom-made trumpet by Shilky. I'm actually an endorsed artist by a company named Shilky out in the burbs in Melrose. And I haven't named this.
Shooky-dooky, quack, quack. Right.
But yeah, I haven't named this one, but I do have a silver one that kind of was like a part of my when I came to Columbia College. The trumpet that I got for that was Stella.
Stella?
Stella, yeah.
Not Stella.
Stella.
I'm just kidding.
Stella.
So question for you. What was the first instrument in your hand in life?
I think it was a recorder. There was something we were talking offline about, how, when you're young.
I still have mine, yeah.
And then that took you to what? You went...
I played the trumpet or the cornet. It was a smaller version of the trumpet.
How old were you?
I was 7.
Now, was that your decision or?
Yes, it was my decision. Well, actually, it was my decision to get in band, but I wanted to play drums. But, that's usually the first thing that gets inundated, especially by the boys. Everybody wants to hit something, So they were like, we got too many drummers, you got to pick another instrument. And so I saw the trumpet, and it looked easy because it had 3 keys, but that actually makes it harder. Now I know, but yeah, I picked the trumpet, and it was written.
Were your mom or dad artists?
Yeah, so I didn't grow up with my father. I grew up with my stepfather, but I realized actually, around, I think when I was like 25 or something like that, maybe like 8 years ago, that my father played bass. He played a lot of like funk bass, and I started talking with people about it. They're like, yeah, he was like one of my favorite basses, and
wow.
And he just hearing him play and like slapping, like he's from the 70s, like playing like Bootsy Collins and all that. I'm just like, wow, it's amazing. My mom sings, around the house. She did choir and stuff in church. And my sister's a singer. My little brother is a artist and a rapper.
Wow.
So we got it in our family.
That's awesome.
When I first started, it wasn't then that I was inspired by my family, but it kind of manifests into like, yeah, this is stuff that we're all doing.
Now, do you know when you leave out, do you take, so you said you have multiple trumpets. When you go to a certain place or depending on what kind of an event, do you know which one you have to kind of accessorize and say, oh, no, Stella, you got to stay home. We're bringing this one. We got does it?
No, it doesn't work like that for me because I know with the trumpet, it's all about muscle memory and it's all about being comfortable. I mean, I want to be able to be on stage, and when I want to play this note, it comes out like this. You know what I'm saying? And so if I'm switching instruments and stuff like that, it doesn't make me proficient.
Okay.
And so this is my main horn. I would only bring out another horn if I'm like doing like a photo shoot where I don't need to play it and I'm like needing to like twirl it or something, or I want to keep it safe.
Okay.
And that's the only time I wouldn't bring this horn.
Okay. So Stella doesn't really come out too much.
No, Stella doesn't
now
come
I feel
out too
sorry
much.
for Stella now. Okay.
I did this one photo shoot off the lakefront, and I had to I was kind of laying, kind of like where the water was kind of washing up, and it was washing up the trumpet and myself, and I was like, no, I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Okay.
Okay, Sam, I got some questions for you. First, did we shout out Bay? Did you say hi?
Yeah, I would think it was sufficient.
Okay.
But shout out to my fiance, Ebony Elise.
Okay, I don't want no trouble.
No,
you know how we are. If you was Mr. Millhouse, you gonna need to say my name. Say my name out loud for all of them that's watching.
Right.
All in the DMs and all that. You say my name. Say I know you said, but
what you said.
Yeah,
right.
Do you put sugar or salt and pepper on your grits?
Woo. Oftentimes I put both.
Oh Lord, he's Chicago. He's Houston.
All the time I put both, but I grew up with butter and sugar in my grits.
Okay.
In my grits, in my rice.
Oh Lord, he is black for real.
Yeah. In my what else is there?
Spaghetti.
Not spaghetti.
Spaghetti in your grits?
It's something else that's like let me see, like kind of like malto meal.
Oh yeah, cream of wheat.
Cream of wheat. Yeah.
I love cream of wheat. Okay. Ketchup or mustard on a hot dog?
I don't even really eat hot dogs like that. I'm actually vegetarian now.
Okay.
But back in the day, I grew up eating ketchup. But then when I moved to Chicago, I learned about the Chicago dog.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, I can rock with it.
Oh, stay with the ketchup. Thin crust or deep dish pizza?
Man, I would have to say deep dish.
Deep dish.
Yeah.
When you did eat chicken, Harold's or Uncle Remus?
I've never had Uncle Remus.
Oh, sharks! When you get ready to eat chicken again, we're gonna have to get you some saucy chicken.
Okay.
Limbs or what's another barbecue joint that's open? You wouldn't probably remember Leon's. Limbs or I-57 ribs. So basically, I'm asking you dry rub, or sauce.
I am more of a dry rub. I grew up on ribs, like for real.
I gotta give a plug to Robinson's Ribs. Those are my peeps. So, yeah. Oh, we can. Oh, that ribs does sound.
Sauce gets in the way sometimes. If you're really trying to judge somebody's barbecue, sauce sometimes can get in the way.
Sometimes it's too much sauce.
Yes, too much sauce, but it's also you want to taste how they season.
But what about the bread on the bottom, though, God? That's communion bread, Lord. Soda or pop?
Man, I'm not really into carbonated drinks.
But what would you
carbonated drink? Would you say soda or
what
pop?
would I call it? I grew up calling it soda water.
Okay, great. Thank you.
I'm from the South.
Facts.
Soda water.
Look, sneakers or gym shoes?
Sneaks.
I know I loved him for something.
Well, we'll go back to Columbia. Okay.
Listen, Sam.
Stella said it was gym shoes.
Stella did not say that.
Stella told me.
So this is what we'll do different today. I'm gonna tell you one thing, and then I'm gonna do my close. But he's gonna take us out. He's got another song we want to hear. The Village. Right?
Village, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say this: a lot of what weighs you down isn't yours to carry. That's one thing, but it's really two. A lot of what weighs you down is not yours to carry. Put some of that shit down. That's other people's shit. Okay.
That's
all I want is other people's money.
I still got to ask about spaghetti and grits. People put spaghetti in their grits?
No, you lost.
No, sugar in the spaghetti.
In that
oh, sugar in the spaghetti. Oh,
sugar and spaghetti, sugar and collard.
Sorry, white noise came out. Okay.
That's her rap name. That's Lisa's new rap name.
It's white noise up in this piece, ladies and gentlemen. Okay.
That's a great segue into the song. I don't know if we're going into the song now. But
we are. Yeah. And at the end, I'm gonna close.
It's a great segue because you're doing the Village, and I was the Village idiot on that.
No. The idea about the weight.
Okay.
The white noise thing was just like it was inserted. But what I'm talking about is like the weight to carry.
Yeah.
Like we're dealing with a lot of weight, and we're dealing with a lot of problems. And as a black man, writing a lot of music for my people, I feel that that a lot of what black people are saying is rooted in speaking to
the weight.
It's speaking to other people, and it's like even when we say Black Lives Matter, we're not speaking to our people. We're talking to others who don't understand that, But I'm more interested in what can we say to our people to help build us up and help raise the floor. We're so busy about lowering the ceiling, but how can we raise the floor and bring our people up? There's so much more work that needs to be done that's rooted in love and togetherness, and less about trying to dismantle and destroy and push hatred. You know what I'm saying? We need to understand love.
Are you doing a cappella Village? Take us out. I don't know if we have. Do we have the instrumental?
There's an instrumental on SoundCloud. Yeah. Not instrumental, but the song.
Well, we got about a minute and a half. Yeah.
No, I'm gonna say my close, and then they'll have it then.
Okay.
Thank you for spending a little time with us today, Jack Daniels and mimosas and music and love. Make certain that you use your voice and your actions to be and make an impact in somebody's life other than yours today. Tune in for the next page in the Book of Dawn tomorrow, or in my apostolic voice, on tomorrow. That's how they say it at the church. You've been listening to the Book of Dawn on What's in It for the Black People Media. Triggered with Mike Brown is coming up next. On the Soil with Eugene and Terrence, and then Mike Love and Diz. And then you can wake up and start all over again tomorrow with the boss. The Maze Jackson Show, because Maze said you could. That part. Peace. I'm going to say Roll Tide, but y'all don't log off because we about to have Sam Trump sing us out.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. My people been fed up, we didn't had enough. Let's tie up those loose ends, time to tighten up. And memorize the rules, fuck your attitude. Cause we got work to do. and it's bigger than you. So pick a roll and go. This shit ain't for show. The time has come to build, ain't no time to chill. The future of our youth depends on what we do, and we need them all to stand tall. One day we'll be a village. We gotta get back to the village.